So if someone wants to adopt, what's the process like?
Oh, well, you would come in, and what I would suggest, come on in and just, have a seat and see which cats come to you so that you let the kitties choose you too. And then once you've decided, you just head up to the front desk, and it's only about an hour-long process. You need, your form of ID, $25, and you need to, promise that you'll keep the cats indoors. All of our cats are indoor only, and promise that you'll leave their claws on them. And you can take them home that day. They're all fixed. They're all spayed and neutered and microchipped and vaccinated. And if they are on any medication, the remaining medication would go home with you. So you don't have to worry about that. They're all just ready to go. And we would love for them to all find home soon because we are full of cats. Every single cage, every single room is filled with cats. So we would love to be able to save some more.
And the adoption fee is only $25?
Yeah, it's only $25. We don't charge very much for the adoption fee because we want adopters to have that money to be able to spend on the animal. Just take them to the vet and to buy them nice food and, give them a good life once they get home. So we just want to get them out the door without a huge cost so that people are able to spend it on the animal.
Well, thank you very much, Samantha. There certainly are beautiful cats here. And we've only seen a few. There are lots more. So can they go to their website and see?
Yes.
And it's bestfriends.org?
Yep, bestfriends.org. Yep.
So there you go. If you didn't see one that you really like, you can look at all of them at bestfriends.org. And hopefully you did see one that you like, and you'll rush on down to Mission Hills and adopt it today.
Hi, Michelle. How are you today?
Hey, Raina, I'm great. Thank you.
Who do you have with us here?
This is Lima. She's a 2-year-old pug mix. She is super spunky and sassy and sweet. She seems to love people, and she could probably use a little training, which maybe you could talk about, but other than that, she'd make a great pet for somebody.
Well, she's a darling. And how old is she now, you said?
She's just 2, so she's still got some puppy energy to her.
She is young, and pugs typically, being a puggle or a pug mix, whatever,
Right.
she has a lot of energy, and they're very active and very
Curious.
people engaging too. I have found every pug and puggle I've worked with, they're just about the people.
Yeah.
Is she good with other dogs, have you learned?
We don't know. She just came to us from LA Animal Services, like all of our pets do, and she's in a kennel by herself, but I would imagine she'd probably be okay with other little dogs. But she does have a cut on the incision on the side of her neck, so she may have been involved in an altercation prior to coming to the shelter. So in that case, she might be a little scared.
Maybe, but she doesn't look, too traumatized at this
No,
point.
with
But
other
yeah,
dogs.
with other dogs, sure. Okay, yeah, if that's what happened. We don't know.
We don't know for sure.
Do you guys do any type of testing of dog to find out if they are dog social?
Absolutely. We do that here at the center with some of our dogs, and then if they prove to be somewhat dog social and people come in and they're looking for a dog for their own dog to play with, then we encourage those people to bring their dog to the center to do a dog match.
That's perfect. That's good. Well, she's so new here, you just haven't had that opportunity yet.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, what a cutie pie.
She's very cute.
So come see Lima at the
see
Best
Lima.
Friends shelter here in Mission Hills.
Yes, and we have some awesome adoption specials coming up. June 19th through the 25th, we have Adopt a Solo Artist, where you can adopt any dog or cat who needs to be the only pet in the home for nothing, absolutely free, which is awesome. And then in July 1st through 7th, we have 7 Days of Freedom, and all adoption fees will be just $7 for any dog or cat. And that's because July 4th is the highest intake time of the year, and we're trying to make room at the shelters because we get all of our pets from LA Animal Services. So if people come in and adopt during that week, it'll be really great for the pets that are coming in and give them a lot more time.
I understand that. It's getting to be a really rough time of year where there is a lot of dogs coming into the shelters. Lima.
All of our pets are fixed, vaccinated, microchipped, and ready to go home. So it's a really great option. It's not just the most humane thing to do, it's the most cost-effective thing to do when you're looking for a new best friend is to adopt. And you can find out more at bestfriendsla.org.
I have Amanda here with Puffin.
Puffin. Yes, this is Puffin. He's 6 years young. He's pretty new at this point in his stay with us, but he's already a fan favorite. All the volunteers love him.
Well, he is absolutely darling, and yeah, 6 years young for sure. And he came out here so mellow and just checking everything out. And he's a sweetheart. He loves treats.
Yep.
He's very responsive, obviously, to your training and cues.
Absolutely.
And is he good with other dogs? Do you know?
So far, he's so new, we haven't been able to test his skills in yard, but he's completely non-reactive while walking on leash, and that's usually a decent sign, at
sign.
least.
Yeah. And he's a big boy, but
Yep.
being an older dog, even though training and learning to walk nicely is important, but it's easier with these older dogs. They've got that, I've been there, done that kind of attitude, right? And he's a mellow boy. He's a sweetheart.
Yeah, absolutely.
I am here with Kathy now, and this is
Porter.
Porter. Is he not he heard his name. Yeah. He obviously, and he shakes. He's gorgeous. So tell us about this beauty.
So Porter is 8 years young. He's really sweet, loves to cuddle. He has his class training, so he knows how to sit, down, paw, as you can see. And he loves going on hikes. A lot of our volunteers take him on hikes and adventures, and he absolutely loves it.
This is awesome. Now, class, it's an obedience certification that these dogs get, and it's CLASS, and it is pretty special. They go through a myriad of different training and skill sets that they learn, so that is awesome that you did that with him.
Yeah.
He's a good boy. He's a beautiful boy, and he is 8?
8.
And how long has he been here at Best Friends?
He's been here quite a few years.
Really?
Yeah.
Years? No way, huh? Now, do we know if he's good with kids? If he's
good with kids. He is not good with dogs, so he
Okay.
would do best as an only dog.
Okay. And that's all right. Has he learned, now in the home with a dog is different than out walking with a dog. Does he walk around dogs with no issue? Is that good?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. When he goes on walks and pack walks,
Okay, he's fine.
He's fine.
Okay. Amanda's back with Jezebel. What a sweet girl. Tell us about her.
So Jezebella came to us pregnant with 13 puppies.
Oh my God.
Yes,
Oh
you
my
could
God.
imagine she was about twice the size as she is nowadays. And all of those puppies, they're now out in their adoptive homes. And now we've got Miss Jezebella with us still.
Yeah, and everybody wants a puppy, it seems, but this is a sweet girl and
Yes.
very friendly.
Yes.
And how is she with other animals? Is she more selective now or
She is,
standoffish?
yeah. And we're not sure if that started after her pregnancy
Sure,
or not, but nowadays she prefers to be the only pet in the home.
And that's okay too.
Absolutely,
Again,
she's got
that's
all the
okay.
love to share.
Yeah, and she's great with people. And hey, Jezebel, turn around here. Good girl. And she's a love bug. How long has she been here now?
She's been with us, I believe, for about maybe 6 months now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what I thought we'd discuss today is some effective ways to better discipline, correct, punish your animal, your dog, okay?
You don't punish.
Okay. Punish is a loose term, you can say.
Okay.
You can punish a dog in a lot of different ways. Harshly,
Yeah.
which I do not do, okay? But, what happens is the frustration with people is that, it escalates, The dog's not listening, it's yelling, the yelling gets louder, then it becomes physical sometimes, which is, the frustration is there because the dog's not listening or whatever. So,
So the people are frustrated.
the people, yeah, and dogs. No, the dogs get frustrated too, believe me. But basically, what I try to impart to my clients, colleagues and friends and whatever, and colleagues pretty much know this, but anytime a dog is able to continue practicing a behavior, good or bad, it gets better at it, right?
Like we do.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You practice, your golf swing, you get better at it. Dogs, if they practice their obedience, you're practicing that, they're going to get better at it. Conversely, you allow them to continue practicing bad behavior, they get better at it,
Okay.
right? So one of the first things I try to impart to people is, look, your job and what my job is here to help you figure out how to not let that dog practice his behavior that you're frustrated with, okay? And that could be anything, okay? So I'm not going to go into, I'll give you a couple examples of things, but some of those ways that I deal with that are timeouts, interrupting the dog's behavior in situations, removing myself or the client or the dog from the environment,
Okay.
to eliminate his ability to practice. Okay? So it's so effective. It is, I can't tell you how many times I do this in homes, and it's so fun to watch. The light comes on with the dog, and the clients go, wow, you know. So timeouts, first off. Timeouts, I'll give a couple examples. Just recently, I was in a home with a young golden retriever, adolescent, 9, 10 months old. And they had young kids, and it was a wonderful family, and wonderful dog, just an adolescent, kind of like bouncy and out of control and jumpy, and you know, they had him in a pen when I walked in, and of course, which is great. They had a management tool put in right away, but the dog's jumping against the pen and moving around the house. It was cute. It was funny, and I go, okay, well that's nice. You have the pen, but you know, the dog's able to still kind of practice the behavior, and it's kind of ineffective, although they were trying. I get that.
Right.
They had a gate in the hallway set up, and I saw that, and I go, oh, you have a gate, that's really great. And they just kind of didn't notice anything about that.
Right.
Because they were using it differently than what I was going to use it for.
Okay.
So we let the dog out, let the dog meet me, and she's going nuts. You know, she's jumping and she's excited, and I said, let's get a leash on her. So I put a leash on her away, but again, because I want control over the dog. I don't want to be grabbing collars and doing all that. Grabbing collars can create more agitation, too, frustration. So we put a leash on her, and she started focusing and listening, and she's doing her sits, and I'm rewarding the dog, but then she got really mouthy, crazy, bitey.
This is too much. I can't be this still
I can't be
for this
still.
long.
Exactly, but she needs to learn impulse control and patience. So I did my verbal correction, which is the first thing I teach people to do. You have to just have them learn to listen to you. You know, I correct, and turn. And she wouldn't stop, and I said, okay. I picked up the leash, walked to the hallway where the gate was, walked in, dropped the leash, turned around, shut the gate, and walked out. And the dog stood there going, well, what just happened? Why am I not in there with my people and everybody? And she can see us, okay? And we went kind of around the corner and sat at the bar, and my clients are looking at me going, well, and I said, let me explain. I go, what did I do? I removed everything she wanted. Food, being with her people, and attention. And so, we just interrupted that and put her away 3 times. I say typically 3 is a charm, okay? Came out the second time, I tried the verbal correction again. Back she went.
Okay.
Same thing. Now, I don't do anything. I don't jerk. I don't yell. I go, nope, and I walked her back. Now, 3 times. By the 3rd time she came out, and she kind of just sat and looked at me and laid down and like, okay, I get it. It's very, very effective. And she was only behind the gate for like 2 minutes. Because she was quiet. She was good behind the gate, kind of trying to figure out what just happened. So timeouts are great. The other thing you can do is also remove yourself. If your dog is being an idiot, which they can be, remove yourself. Stand up, walk away, get out of the room and leave them. Don't put up with no yelling and all that. But think about different things that the dog likes to do. He's pulling you. If he's pulling you down the street and you've said no, and I also work on leash handling and teach the dog that communication so that when I'm doing leash handling work, if the dog isn't listening to you, turn around, go right back home.
Okay.
We're not going to do this. Your punishment is we're not going, and you go back home.
So it's not punishment. It's like you don't get to do what you want to do.
It's consequences.
Yes,
okay, it's more consequences for inappropriate behavior.
Got it.
What do they want? They want food, they want to be with you, they want attention, they want that. Yeah, you don't get it if you're being an idiot.
Right. Okay.
And it's really kind of fun to watch how they get it, but you got to be consistent. And some dogs have learned to practice, learn to push buttons. And I'm working with so many right now. I'm doing this very thing in different scenarios.
Yes.
Different things. So that is my tidbit. Try not to go to that place of frustration and anger. Just be smart about it. Think about what does the dog want and remove it. I'm not talking about a bone. I'm not talking about a food bowl.
Right.
I'm talking about, what they're focusing on and inappropriate jumping or barking at something. Remove them. Get them out of there.
They get
yourself.
it. They're smart.
They're smart. They
get it.
That's our show. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you saw an animal that you want to rush on down and adopt. But again, if you didn't, go to their website, bestfriends.org/LA or laanimalservices.com. There are so many animals that need homes. Please save one today. And if you already have one, please make sure it's spayed and neutered. It's the law, and it's the best way to keep them safe, happy, and healthy at home with you. Thanks again for watching. See you next time on Adopt a Pet Today.